Now, one of the best agricultural business that I would recommend for anybody to do is poultry business. If you're new in this channel, my name is Dennison. You can call me your billionaire farmer. So I've started poultry business in 2016. So that was when I was done with schooling. I was just looking at what I will do that will be giving me money. I didn't want to start looking for a job. And in Africa, we all know we don't have jobs anywhere. So if after graduation you're looking for a job, most likely you hustle for that job for a long time. Maybe by chance, then you might stumble on a job. And many times when you even stumble on the job, the payment will not be encouraging. It's not you being extravagant, but as a human being, as a youth, there are basic amenities that you need that many jobs can afford to give you a comfortable life. Not like you want to be so wealthy, but at least you have a home, or you should be able to pay your rent, pay your bills. So these were some of the things that motivated me to say, look, let me move into poultry business. And before that, I've learned how to raise birds. I was in school, and this guy had a poultry farm within the compound I was staying. So I met him. His name is Mr. Charles. I met him. I said, Charles, I want to learn this business. Can you teach me? He said, why not? So I was working on that farm for free. So if I wake up in the morning as early as possible, I'll go to the pen. He's there before me, self. He's very punctual. He's there. I'll go there. I'll meet him. I'll ask question. How are you doing it? What kind of vaccination is this? What kind of feed is this? Why are you mixing this? So he was teaching me. I was working. So a point came where I knew so much that he could even travel. So me and the wife, which was the girlfriend as at that time, I'll be managing the farm. The only thing I was getting, maybe the girl could give me food. And you know, as student, such food was very big. It was a big deal for me. So that was how I learned poultry business. Now, along the line, 2018, 2019, then I went into full-time commercial broilers production. Now, because I've gathered a lot of experience in this industry, I'm going to share a few tips for you that will help you as a beginner. In fact, I will discourage you not to start your poultry farm today if you have the kind of mindset I am going to be speaking about in this video. So all you have to do for me is to like this video, and then after watching the video, if I've gotten value, you can subscribe to the channel, share the video with other people so we can help ourselves. Because as a farmer, I've also seen these things. Many people get discouraged easily in agriculture simply because of setback. I am one of the person who have gotten the one of the hardest tragedy in agriculture that would have made me say I will not do again. But I sat down and I checked what kind of industry or what kind of business will I move into that will not have challenge. People who are in oil and gas, which is like very profitable in Nigeria, they have their own challenges. Most times you see their tankers, they will fall on the road, people will steal their petrol, so many things. Drivers can even run with their petrol, and robbers can attack. So the business pay you very high, but what of the risks? So for example, now if I save all my money and I jump into oil and gas, I will hit challenges. There are people who are there for centuries, for decades. They have hit those challenges, they still remain. Okay, if you say, okay, you want to go into maybe you want to start a restaurant, there are challenges there. Or you want to start a bakery, there are challenges there. Or you want to go into real estate, there are challenges that people who have sold fake land to, and they resold the land and they were arrested. So there is no industry on planet earth that does not have challenges. The only way to be able to make profit in any business is if you have swallowed all the challenges, you have learned from not even all, most of the challenges, then you will be able to make profit from that. So a similar thing with poultry. Layers production, broilers production, they give a lot of money. Honestly, no, everybody know this. The only challenge you have in this industry is that one mistake can wipe out all your stock, and it will take you back to square one. And if you have been watching my video, I always say this, that anytime you're going into poultry business or agricultural business, always have double of your capital. Why I always say this? Because challenges will come. Even the Bible, for some of us who are Christian, you see the Bible mention the day of trouble. He said, may the Lord deliver you from your day of trouble, because the day of trouble will come. The only thing you will need is deliverance. And for you to have that, that is where we have insurance company. Even though insurance company doesn't work in Nigeria, I've never seen any good insurance company. We know that it's good for you to have a backup plan. This business I'm going into, if I hit challenge, that is why I tell people you need a business plan. When you sit down with a business plan, you state all the likely challenges you will face in that industry. And when you know the challenges, the next step is, okay, if this challenge comes, how do I navigate? Am I going to give up? Am I going to have high BP because my birds die? If I'm getting a loan to start this farm or to expand this farm, if anything happens to these birds, how am I going to stand? Am I going to give up and say this business is not profitable? No. So you will need to have a good mindset. I remember one of the doctor, he's also a poultry farmer. He was saying, if you are going into poultry farming, you need a counselor, or you need, what did he even say? A therapist that can talk to you, that can console you when challenges come, right? Because they are there. It's agriculture, right? Now, I have few reasons why you should avoid broilers production this November, December season. So I'm speaking to people who have not seen the plan. Okay, let me go into this business this season so I will make big money, because it's harvest season, is a festive season, and because it's festive season, the demand is very high. People are buying a lot of broilers, so let me go into the business. No, don't do that. Stop. Don't do that. Before you even make that decision, listen to this video. So early this year, I started learning how to write a proper business plan, a bankable business plan. So I met a guy who have worked with the bank for a long time, and I asked him for this guide. He should teach me how to write a business plan in a manner that banks can fund. And one of the things that we read, or he taught us in that business plan, he made mention of knowing your competitors. And you have to pay attention here. He made mention that you have to know who are your competitors. So because you're a farmer and because you're producing a commodity that people need, does not mean you don't have competitors. You have a lot of competitors you don't know. And he shows that your competitor is not only the person who is producing the same commodity you're producing. He gave us an example. He says someone who is producing kunuaya and someone who is producing zobo, they are competitors. Now, kunuaya is different from zobo, but someone who wants to drink kunuaya and someone who wants to drink zobo, they are looking for one satisfaction. Maybe they just want to cool themselves. They are looking for a natural drink to just drink, of which kunuaya can serve the same purpose as zobo. So they are competitors. So if in your street you think, I'm the only person who is doing kunuaya in this street, that woman that is doing zobo is your competitor, because consumers will now have options to choose. So if your kunuaya is 4,000 naira per bottle and this other woman has zobo is 1,000, people will most likely go for the one of 1,000 against your own, even though it is your product that they need. So this is one of the issues that we face in broilers production. And like I said, if you're a beginner, most likely you want to make money. Your mind is telling you, if you stock now, by December you make a lot of money. Don't do it. Number one, it's too late. It's too late. Cost of input also increases as we approach December. You're not the only person that I know that. The people who are selling chicken feed know. Hatching companies know. How much is day-old chick now? Day-old chick is going for around 1,700 to 2,000 naira per one day-old chick. So therefore means if you buy one day-old chick and it dies, you have lost 1,000 naira on day one. And most likely you will lose a lot of this day-old chick because you're a beginner, you don't have knowledge. You're just going into it because you need to make money. So that is the reason why I say it's too late for you. The cost of input is very high right now. So what you have to do is to wait until November, December season is off. Then you can stock your broilers. So it is too late. Now, one of the second reason why you should not invest in broilers production right now is that the competition is very high. Many smallholder farmers have stocked their birds, And this cycle repeats every year. Many people, they stock their best and they are looking for who to sell when it's Christmas season. You know why? There is competition. There is options for customers to choose, either beef. There is option for people to choose either pork. There is option for people to choose either goat meat. There is a lot of meat in the market during this time, and many people who can't even afford to buy goat or afford to buy beef, people dash meat out. We have weird people who kill cow and share people in their street. I have one of my boss like that. She does that every December. She will buy 2 cows, one for women, one for youth, one for elders. I think 3 cows every year. So most times, people who can't even afford to buy, people who would have bought, say, chicken from you, someone have given them beef. So most likely they will not buy. So you'll be have your chicken looking for buyers. You'll be surprised. This is December now. People were supposed to be buying bear, they will not buy. So don't stock your bears now, targeting December season. Except for people who have been into the business for a long time, they are aware, they know all these things I'm explaining to you. And many of them don't even stock their bears much during December season. They can just have maybe 1,000, 2,000 so that their farm will not be empty. But they will not stock plenty bears during December season, targeting final consumer because they think it's Christmas. No. They don't do that. But you who is a beginner, you might not have this knowledge. You might not have this information. So you'll be thinking if you stock your bears, then you will sell and make money. Don't do that mistake. Now, like I say, another reason is cost of input. It has increased. A bag of chicken feed, as at this week, I asked my supplier, he told me 24,000. In fact, it's around 21,000 to 24,000. Starter, the price is different. Grower and finisher, the prices are not the same. But on average, you will spend nothing less than 21,000 per bag of feed. So let's assume you're stocking 1,000 bears. You can imagine let's assume you just need 100 bags. That is over 2.6 million naira for feed alone. Then remember, you bought 1 day old chick for 1,000, or let's say 2,000. So 2,000 divide by the number you have, or let's say 1,000, and then divide that 1,000 by feed. You will see that from day one of you buying your feed and you buy your bears, your chicken alone is close to 4,000 naira from day one. Cost of input is very high, and normally it's like this all year round. For the past how many years, this is how it plays out. Some of us who have been into the business for a long time, we know. So we know how we play the card. So you who is a beginner, you just jump without knowing. So don't stock your bears this December because cost of input is very high. And the last but not the least reason why you should not stock your bears targeting festive season, December season, is that you don't know your market. You're just assuming. You're thinking your neighbors will buy bears. Meanwhile, they have decided, okay, Kai, this December I will kill cow. So most likely they will not attend to you. Now, for some of us who have been into the business, and some of you who are watching this video that you are a poultry farmer, you have a lot of bears, most likely what you are going to do is that you have off-takers, you have restaurant, those restaurants will still buy. You have a supermarket you supply frozen chicken to. You have a lot of buyers already, established buyers, or you have those retailers in the market. They come to your farm, buy in bulk. Those ones will still buy. So for you who is a beginner, when you come into the business, you don't have those contacts. So you're hoping on one person who buying one bird. But me, if I stock 1,000 birds now, I have someone who can come in and pack maybe 200 today, come and pack 200 the next day, or they can even pack 500 or pack all the 1,000 at once and pay me. And when you keep your birds and you don't sell in volume at once, you make losses, because the longer your birds stay, the higher they consume your feed, and the higher their selling price. And when their selling price is too high, it therefore means the only people that can buy from you is final consumers. So come and see how bad it would be that you have 5,000 broilers and someone is coming to say, me, I want to buy one chicken. If you want to buy one chicken, you should go to the market and buy from those retailers, not you who is the producer of these birds. Those kind of people should not be your target. So now, to summarize this video up, if you want to go into broilers production, make your plan and go into it next year, 2026. That is when you should go. So what you should be doing now is study the market. It happens. This is a trend. It repeats itself every year. So you study the market, set up your pen, design everything you want to design, get all the workers. If you need to send them to training, send all your workers to learn how to keep the best, consult an expert, get your business plan, build your pen. If you want to go into layers, buy your cage, set everything, buy your corn. This is the right time for you to buy corn. So maybe you want to be formulating your feed, or at least supplement the one you're buying. This is the best time for you to start buying your corn. A bag of corn is selling for around I think 23,000 to 30,000 in some places. In Kaduna, you can get it for 25,000. I think the last time I went to the market, it told me 25,000. So buy your maize now. Buy your soya beans. Soya beans, a ton of soya beans selling for around 600, 570, between 570 to 600 naira. Buy your soya beans that you want to buy. Buy your pancake cake. These are the ingredients you need to produce your feed. Stock all those things if you want to be making money from this business. Now, formulating your feed is for people who are doing large volume, like say okay 5,000 birds and above. If you're doing just 100 birds, less than 1,000, there is no need for you to produce your feed. Buy the already produced feed and give your birds. The only thing you need to learn is how to feed them in the right proportion, at the right time, the right quantity, so you don't make losses. So these are some of the reasons why I say let me make this video for you, because you might be thinking, let me go into broilers, or you're researching and you found this video. This is not me discouraging you, but if you can tackle this, number one, I say you're too late. People who want to stock bears for Christmas, they know what to do. They have built their customers. Their target is not individuals, not homes. You can't sell to household and make profit in this broilers market. That is the reason why many beginners don't make money, because when they stock their bears, the only people they are looking at is those people that buy in small quantity. You can't make profit like that. The competition is very high. Cost of input have increased, and you don't have a steady market. I say if you have your broilers or you're going into broilers, be looking at off-takers who are coming to pick your bears in large volume, not individuals. That is the only way you can make profit in this business. So if you have gotten value, subscribe. And if you want to go into broilers business, you need a business plan. You can reach out to me to design a business plan for you, so you prepare and know what you will do and how much you can make from this business. So thank you so much for watching. I remain Denison, your billionaire farmer.